What is going on, everybody? Yeah, gotta make sure I'm recording. So, it is a small time reviewer's favorite day, and that is package day. Package day. And I have been blessed, and I am the recipient of 3 different packages. Some of it is due to my hard work, some of it is due to having great and loyal subs, and some of it I might have to come out my pocket for. But still, nonetheless, it's package day. The first one I want to talk to you about, this was sent to me by a sub. Did not cost me a dime, and I am very, very appreciative. We'll just call him Eric C. If he wants to make himself known in the comments, he can. I don't want to give out anybody's personal information or anything like that, but we'll just call him Eric C. I mentioned in one of my other videos that I was going to have to add Spicebomb Night Vision, the EDT. And he emailed me and said, no, you don't. You don't have to buy it anyway. You can add it, but I got it and I got you. And here it is. So Eric, I appreciate you. The state of Texas has been kind to me. Got a lot of love in Texas, and that feels pretty good for old country boy because I spend a lot of time in Texas. Texas was a place I had planned to visit this year. Didn't get around to it, but I'm gonna get to Texas soon. Now, do I like this fragrance? Yes. I think this bottle needs to maturate just a little bit because a lot of times we get them and they're so full, they don't perform up to their highest levels until they get some juice, and then they need to sit a little while, and it's a process. But do I like this fragrance? Yes. And this fragrance is sneaky because I wore it to work, and I sprayed it on my work apron. And I could still smell it when I picked it up. I think I wore it Thursday. Excuse me, when I picked my apron back up to put it on Monday, I was still getting wafts of this. So it stays around longer than I felt like it did or than I thought it did. But what you get with this fragrance, it's a very modern smell, much similar to a lot of things from the line of Valentino, where it's got that scent that almost comes across like grandma's baking something, or just like cookies or gingerbread cookies. It's got that type of smell to it. Not as spicy as the rest of the Spicebomb line as I glance to where my Spicebomb fragrances are, but still a good fragrance. And I'm proud to have this in my collection. The first time I smelled this when it first came out, I wasn't that big of a fan, but I do that a lot. I guess when I smell a new fragrance, I'm expecting it to be just something different, and very rarely does that happen to me. And then the fragrances that I smell and I'm instantly like, gotta have it. After I've worn it a few times, I'm just like, why was I so, and why was I so worked up about this fragrance? Why was I so enthused by this release? But this one grew on me. And it may have been after I got the EDP, as I know I kept getting some samples and I just kept sampling them, and I was like, yeah, I need to add that one. But that's what you get here. It's just a warm sensation. Night Vision, I think it's a cool name, but is it appropriate for this fragrance? Well, I mean, I guess so. I guess that sounds better than Spicebomb Night, so it does lean itself towards being worn more at night. Again, I do wish it had a little bit more spice, but I can't complain about the scent profile. Longevity, I think that will come once I get a few wearings, and again, the bottle maturates a little bit. I think the performance will pick up on it. But again, big shout out to Mr. Eric C for sending me this fragrance. Greatly, greatly appreciative. And that is Spicebomb Night Vision EDT. Okay, now, for my hard work and your diligence and helping your boy out, I received 2 more jars of JB Butters. So the way it works is you use code TREY5, you put that code in, and I receive a very, very small kickback. But normally instead of taking it in money, I take it in product, because the more product I have, the more I can talk about it. So I got me some more JB butters, and this is something that you guys definitely need to get your hands on, because the shea, I don't know what shea butter he uses or where he gets his shea butter, but this stuff is really, really nice, really, really high quality shea butter. It's really good. I like it, and I'm trying to get as many jars of this as I can, because I use this stuff every day. I have totally went through YSL, I think it is. This is one I can't wait to wear. I haven't worn it yet. This is one I think I'm going to save for a special occasion. And it's platinum egoist, and you see that right there. But you can put it on and still snap your fingers, so it's not a product, excuse me, to the point where it's like, oh, that's my Egyptian Amber. So I've went through YSL, and that's what's left of my Egyptian Amber. And man, just taking the top off of that smells so good. So this is the second jar that I finished, probably since this summer. This is one I may just hit him up and say, hey, use code Trey5 and send me a bottle of that, because this stuff is good. And coming into the fall and winter months, this is one that I think it's good. It's good. That Egyptian Amber is really, 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 really nice. Got a little bit of a powdery vibe to it, but that's a good fragrance. But back to this egoist. It's there. I mean, it just smells so grown man and so mature. Pairing it with that Chanel Platinum Egoist, I think, is going to be an amazing scent combination. I can't wait to try it. But from JB Butters, it is Chanel's Platinum Egoist, and this is a good one. It doesn't take but just a dab of this, and it goes a long way. But I wear some form of JB Butters every single day. I think the 4 that I have in my collection now are, well, I still got some Egyptian Amber. I have Baccarat 540. I have Creed Aventus. And now I have Chanel Platinum Egoist, and I have one more to tell you about, but I'm going to get to that in just a second. I want to talk to you about some of the other new fragrances that I got from my partner in crime, my brother in frag, Mr. Lamar Gatson. He's from somewhere in St. Louis, one of them little weird towns, somewhere in Missouri. He asked me if I was interested in purchasing this, and I said, yeah, bro, I'm a frag head. From the house of Haramain, it is Amber Oud, the Black Edition. And I want to say something about Haramain. Not only do you get decent presentation, but people, you gotta realize, Haramain's been making fragrances since 1970. It says it right there on the box. It says it right there on the box, 1970. 1970, let that sit in. I mean, they've been making fragrances for over 50 years, because I was born in 75 and I'm 48. So 53 years or so. Let that sink in. And you can get this highly concentrated, beautiful, beautiful juice for 40 bucks. Now, what does this Black Edition remind Trey with? I'm just making sure I hadn't sprayed in there. I did spray something on. Got the Egoist right there, and got the Spicebomb right there. So I'm gonna go to the wrist. Great little atomizer. I don't know what this is cloning, but what I can tell you is this reminds me of some of the stuff that I've smelled. What is that? Was it Black Afghano? Maybe where it has that, almost that cannabis, dark, rich, smoky, resinous, Middle Eastern vibe. Yeah, that's what you get with this one. This is some of that unapologetic man juice. I love Amber Oud Gold, and I love Amber Oud Rouge, and I love this black edition. Now this is totally different from those. This is completely different from the gold and the rouge. Again, this is dark, resinous, smoky, perfect for a rainy day or a cold rainy day. And I could see me spraying this on and putting on a hoodie, or putting on a hoodie and then spraying this on. This is a great scent. It is different. I don't really have anything like this in my collection. That's one of the reasons why I absolutely jumped on it. Full presentation. I don't even think he wore it more than, he wore it a little bit, but this is not his type of scent profile. But it is really, really good. Again, it smells like a little bit of cannabis, just dark, rich, deep. I do pick up on some oud as it dries down on my skin. It starts to move, and now that oud is coming through, man, this is a banger. This is a banger. This smells like a really, really expensive fragrance. Whether you want to call this niche or not, it is definitely niche quality. I guess by definition it would be niche because it definitely fits a void, and it's definitely not designer. But even if we don't agree on that, the one thing we can agree on is that this is of niche quality. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you're looking for something different to wear in the upcoming fall and winter months, this is one I think you need to try to get your hands on. And I've seen bottles of this on Mercari for $25 or $30. That is a great place to shop. A lot of people say, well, Trey, you know they counterfeit fragrance. Okay, so here's what you do. Read the buyer description. Read the buyer description. Read the comments. See what his star ratings are. If he's got a bunch of 0s and 1 stars, move on. Don't buy from that person. But if he's got 1,000 completed sales and most of his reviews are 5 stars with a few 4 stars and then maybe a 3-star, that's a good seller. That's a good seller. You can buy from that seller. So when you buy from that seller, get your product, open it up, check it, make sure it's right. If it's not what you want it to be, notify Mercari of a problem and they'll fix it. If it's what you want it to be, rate the buyer, cash out, go on about your business. Because the one thing I have noticed about fake fragrances is they're just like bipolar people. They can only hold it in the road for so long. They can only hold it straight for just a minute, and then that bad boy start going off in all the ditches. Fragrances are the same way. Not to make fun of bipolar people, but I'm just saying, I have dealt with a few bipolar chicks, and they straight as an arrow the first 2-3 weeks that you meet them. But after that, them suckers be crawling on the ceiling like spiders. You be like, what the hell? Fragrances are much the same way, but this is nice. But that's just a little tidbit of free information. That's how you buy on Mercari. You use this, your eyes, and then you use this, your head. So from the house of Al Haramain, it is Amber Oud, the black edition. I like that. Now I'm going to tell you about the other butters, that I got. One of my favorite fragrances. One of the most versatile fragrances. And you see how thick that is? And that smells so good. I would be willing to bet this is one of the top sellers. And I'll go through this jar probably before Christmas. I don't know. It's starting to cool off a little bit. But this scent is Bleu de Chanel. And I'm assuming it's just the EDT. I didn't ask whether it was the EDT, the EDP. I just said, hey, send me that Bleu de Chanel. And I like it. I like the scent profile. Again, the butter is so smooth and so creamy and thick. It's a really high quality shea butter. I'm sure he has a process of how he mixes it, but this stuff is good. This stuff is really, really good. Again, and I suggest buying a jar and taking it to work, keeping it in your office, especially scents like this that are very, very versatile. You can put it in your drawer in your office, and then again, you know, So you wore a scent that day and it's worn off a little bit. That's fine. You take a little bit of this, you just rub it on your neck, rub it in your beard. You just apply it. Just use it. Apply it. And you can just simply rub it on your hands and your arms. And you're going to get yourself another scent profile. And I say that because sometimes decanting cologne and carrying cologne and keeping cologne in drawers can get a little bit cumbersome because it could get broke and then you got the whole office smelling up for days. But this is a plastic jar, bro. This travels real easy. You can throw it in your gym bag, you can throw it in your suitcase, whatever. But this is the second jar of JB Butters that I received in my package, and that is Bleu de Chanel. Now, last but not least, one that I was highly anticipating and man, that oud is really coming out of that Haramain, and it's nice. It's nice. But back to this fragrance. One I was really anticipating from the house of Mancera. It is Cedrat Boise Intense. There's the box. It's a 60 ml. I think that's what this is. Yeah, this is a 60 ml. Came with full presentation. There's my little bag. There's my little bag. And there's the bottle. And you see it is full. You see, it is full. Okay. And this is the magnetic cap. I think I like the screw-on caps a little bit better, but we ain't gonna complain. Now, great atomizer as well on this Mancera. That's good. I can smell that from here. I can remember. Oh, that's good. Elephant in the room. Does this draw comparisons to Creed Aventus? Yes, as it should. Is it 100% the same? No, it's not. Is it comparable? Yeah. Will this fill the same void or put you in the same vibe? In my honest, humble opinion, yeah. Are they different? Yes, they're different. I mean, they just are. Are they similar? Yes. They're similar in the fact that they've both got this fruity, pineapple-y, tropical sort of vibe with this musk that lends it to being worn year-round. And you can say the same thing for Cedrat Boise and Hasselweis. Now, again, each one of them is different. And if you smell them side by side, you would definitely see the differences in them. But will they give you the same vibe? Yes, as well as Eros Energy. I mean, same thing. Will it give you the same vibe? Yes, it will. Are people going to think if you wear this, are they going to think that you're wearing Aventus? No, they're just going to know you smell good. No. I think the difference is this has more citrus at the top, where the Aventus is has that pineapple. I think this has more citrus, but nonetheless, it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Now, how does this compare to the OG Cedrat Boise? I think it's a little bit better. Not a whole lot better. It's not necessarily a must that you have them both. I'm fortunate because I got them both at really good deals. I didn't pay but a little bit of nothing for the OG Cedrat Boise. You know, I got friends in low places, so they hit me up when they're selling off some fragrances. So I got it at a really good deal, and I got this at a really good deal as well. So I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to own them both. Is it necessary that you own them both? No. I mean, I think take your pick. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. This one is what you would expect from the intense version. It is a little bit darker. I'm sorry, deeper. It is a little bit richer. It is a little bit more stout. It has a little bit more of a punch, where the OG is a little bit fresher. So do with that what you must. Do with that what you will. I think they both smell excellent. They both are very, very similar. And again, it's not necessary that you have them both. I just happened to get a really good deal and decided, yes, I will take that deal, sir. And the rest is history. So, but that's it, guys. That is part of the fragrance haul. I've got a Sensual Obsession haul that I will do tomorrow and talk to you about. But today, which is Monday night, Tuesday, be Tuesday morning when y'all see this video, these are the fragrances I wanted to talk to you about. Again, let's recap. We've got Spicebomb Night Vision EDT. Again, very, very nice. A little bit of a Nora vibe to it. I guess that's why they call it Night Vision. A little bit of sweetness. Just overall, it's a nice fragrance. The more time I spend with it, the more I like it. JB Butters, Platinum Egoist, and Bleu de Chanel. If you're trying to be grown and sexy, I definitely recommend the Platinum Egoist. If you're trying to be super cool and smooth, I definitely recommend the Bleu de Chanel. Whatever you do, use trade code 5, use code TRAY5 to get you $5 off. That email will be in the description. Haramain Amber Oud, the black edition, beautiful, dark, resinous, smoky, oudy fragrance. Really high quality, really high quality. You would definitely like this. And keep in mind that I'm smelling that right beside Cedrat Boise, which is, whether you like it or not, by definition, it is niche. By quality, some of the fragrances are, some of them aren't. But I love the house of Mancera. I think it is a really great house, especially for it being a niche product. And last but not least, Cedrat Boise. To me, it's Creed Aventus with a very pronounced citrus note as opposed to pineapple. Yeah, there you have it, guys. That is part 1 of my haul. Part 2 I will shoot tomorrow, which is Tuesday, and get it out to you Wednesday. But for now, I hope you've enjoyed this one. Again, big shout out to Mr. Eric, and big shout out to Mr. Lamar, and big shout out to JB Butters. So with that being said, I'm gonna get off of here, thumbnail it, edit it, get it out, get it ready for you to see, and probably gonna lay down and get some sleep. So with that being said, listen, I love you all, and may God bless you all. And thank you all so much for being the best part of this here channel. Peace.